Hey everyone, it's Imad. I hope you all had a great start to the new year. In this video, I'm going to go over what my desk setup is looking like at the start of 2023. I would like to call my desk setup a productivity setup only, as I don't use it to play games or consume any content. All my work is done here, from coding to video and photo editing and scripting and planning my videos for all my social media accounts. The setup works really well for me and I've made the most out of it so far. One thing I don't like is that I did no planning when creating this setup, as I had no knowledge on that. I just bought all the stuff I thought I needed or liked and put it all together. It has some RGB and gamer vibes from the lights and posters, which I'm not a fan of now, but I thought looked really cool before. I will be changing up some things now that I know what I really want and how to accomplish it, so stay tuned for another desk setup video later on this year. Apologies for getting sidetracked a bit, but now let's go over the items that make up my desk setup. My desk is from Autonomous. It's called the Smart Desk Core and I have it in the extra large size, which is 70 by 30 in the walnut finish. This desk is awesome. The quality is insane and it's very sturdy. It can hold up to 270 pounds with ease. It's a sit-stand desk and I use both of those features very often during the day. Half of my workday will be spent sitting and then the other half I'll stand. It's a good balance that works for me. The sit-stand feature works really well and you have the option to have 4 settings saved. This is great if you have a specific height you want the desk to be at and want to get there with the push of a button, or if you share the desk with someone else. I personally have 2 saved settings, one for when I sit and when I stand. I do have quite a few things on the desk and the size is perfect to hold everything and not feel like it's getting cramped. Overall, it's an amazing desk and a great intro to sit-stand desk if you're in the market for one. You can find the link for this down below, as well as for all the other products I mentioned in this video. The chair I pair with my desk is from Autonomous as well. It's called the Ergo Chair Recline. It's a really comfortable chair with mesh fabric on the back to make it super breathable. I wanted a chair with a headrest, which is why I went with this one. It also comes with a leg rest area for you to take advantage of when reclining back, but I forgot to install it when I was putting the chair together. If you get this chair, make sure to remember that final step. I use this chair for working on my desk, but it's also my gaming chair and I think it's solid for both scenarios. Great back support, comfy seat, and adjustable armrest areas. Highly recommend this chair, it will be linked down below. I rock a dual monitor setup. My main monitor is a 34-inch curved ultra-wide from LG and the second monitor is a 27-inch from LG as well. They're both 144Hz gaming monitors mounted on the dual monitor stand from Autonomous, and you can find more details on them using the links I provided below. My experience using both of these monitors has been both good and bad. It's been great having so much screen real estate to have multiple windows open at once. This is great when I'm coding or doing research and planning out my videos. The downside is that there are gaming monitors and have not worked the best for me when connecting to my Mac Mini. They don't have a USB-C connection, so I have to connect through an HDMI for one monitor and a display port for the second monitor. I frequently get blurry screens and connection issues. I do plan on upgrading to the studio display, so I won't be having to deal with this soon. Other than that, the monitors have been great. Having all the extra screen space is so good and you don't realize you needed it until you have it. I would have used these for longer, but they just aren't catered for productivity and the Macs that I use. Connected to my monitors, I have the M1 Mac Mini. I absolutely love this machine. It was my very first Apple Silicon Mac, and even though it's a few years old now, it still runs so smoothly. I got my Mac Mini with 16 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. It's what I use for coding, video editing, and scripting and planning my videos for all my social media accounts. I'm not doing anything too demanding, so it handles everything I throw at it really well. The peripherals I have connected to it are the Logitech MX Master 3S, which is what everyone uses as it is the best productivity mouse out there right now. I do like to cycle my keyboard every few weeks as I have quite a few. Right now I'm using the Melgeek Mojo 68 plastic. The Mac Mini is a solid machine and a great bang for your buck even to this day. So if you won't be doing anything that is too demanding and have a spare monitor and peripherals, this is still a solid pickup. I don't like to work on my desk for long periods of times and like to move around a few times for a change of scenery. That's where the MacBook Pro comes in. My MacBook Pro is a 14-inch M1 Pro model with 32 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage. It's a portable version of my Mac Mini, even though it's more powerful, and I use it for the same things like coding, video editing, scripting, and planning my upcoming content. Everything about this MacBook is amazing. The screen is beautiful, speakers sound great, and obviously the keyboard and trackpad, which are the best of the best. I'm really glad Apple added back the much needed ports like HDMI and SD card reader. These come in handy and help you save space from carrying any extra dongles. When the MacBook is on my desk, I use it as an extra monitor to have documentation on or a tutorial when I'm coding. I also like to use it to play a YouTube video or sports game in the background while I'm working, just as some background noise. I have the 16-inch MacBook Pro as well, which I got from work, and I have to say that I'm really glad I went with the 14-inch. The extra screen real estate on the 16-inch is nice, but it's too big to be carrying around. The 14-inch is a perfect size and fits in all backpacks and will be comfortable working in tight places like on an airplane. I have a more in-depth video where I compare the two, and you can check it out by clicking on the top right of this video. The next item on my desk is the iPad Pro. I have the 12.9-inch M1 iPad Pro with 1 terabyte of storage. It stands on this beautiful iPad stand from Charger & Pro, which in my opinion is the best stand for an iPad and matches very well with it. It looks like something that's manufactured directly from Apple. On my desk, the Apple plays the same role as the MacBook Pro. I use it as an extra monitor while I'll be playing some music or YouTube video as some background noise while I'm working, or I'll have some documentation up or a tutorial guide when I'm coding. On its own, the iPad is what I use for photo editing and video editing for short form content on TikTok and Instagram. It's also my main content consumption device, and I use it to watch all my shows and YouTube videos. Some days the iPad is all I need for all the work I'll be doing, and who knows, maybe it'll be a MacBook replacement for most, as it already is for some now. The peripherals I use on my desk are the very popular Logitech MX Master 3S as my mouse, a mechanical keyboard from Geek, and the Apple Magic trackpad. I'm sure almost every desk setup video you've seen, the MX Master 3 is featured. It's just such a great mouse. It fits very well in my hands, and the customization options you have for almost any application you use using the software is endless. My keyboard is some sort of wireless mechanical keyboard. I've been loving the keyboards Geek makes and have quite a few of them, which I cycle through every couple of weeks. These keyboards sound and feel great, which is so cool as they aren't custom builds and come like this right out the box. They're also compatible with both Mac and Windows and can connect up to 8 devices. I love this feature because I can easily switch through typing on my iPad to my Mac Mini and my MacBook Pro. The cherry on top for me is that it's wireless. I like to say as cable free as possible, and having a wireless keyboard is so great to have. My final peripheral is a Magic trackpad. Apple's trackpad is the best trackpad out there, and I'm so glad they sell it on its own so you can connect to your desktops. I use this to easily switch through the browsers and windows I have open and scrolling through the timeline when I'm editing videos. I honestly think that everyone should have a trackpad in their desk setup, as it makes everything so much smoother. When it comes to lighting, I'm very lucky to have a huge window on the right side of my desk, so I get some awesome natural light. Adding on to the natural light, I have the Philips Hue LED strips running across the back of my desk with the Govee light bar on the wall above. The wall on the right side has some nanoleaf panels. On the desk, I have this floating light bulb I got from Amazon and a monitor light bar from BenQ. When putting all this together, I didn't know much about lighting and the importance behind it. I just got the coolest looking RGB stuff to me and stuck it everywhere. Now I have a bit more understanding and will keep it minimal but effective in my updated desk setup later this year. The one lighting source I would recommend out of all of these is the BenQ monitor light bar. For its size, you get a great amount of light with no glare on your monitors. I think for a smaller desk setup, this would be great to light the desk up with some added ambient light as well. To decorate the walls, I've added some posters and shelves to showcase some Funko Pops and boxes of some cool stuff I've gotten over the years. The posters are from a company called Display. They're great quality stuff, and you find some cool designs on there. If you get a poster from there, I would recommend to drill the magnets they give into the wall before attaching the poster, because the magnets are not strong enough to hold the posters on their own, and these have fallen quite a few times and have damaged my desk and other things I've had on it. I have 2 shelves from IKEA. The exact names will be in the description below. They just hold boxes and Funkos I've collected the last few years. Finally, I have these wall shelves I got from Amazon, and they hold some boxes of my Apple products with some Pokemon Funkos on them too. So yeah, this is what my desk setup is looking like currently. It works really well for what I need to do for my day-to-day work, and I've been really blessed to be able to have a desk like this. If you're interested in any products that was featured, I have my solo link in the description where you can find every item I mentioned in the video. Thank you all for watching. Please like the video if you found it interesting, and subscribe for more videos like this. Also, if you're interested in more tech and lifestyle content, be sure to check out my TikTok and Instagram, which will be linked down below. I hope the setup gave some inspiration to some of you. Have a great day.